Hello and welcome to the MJ Take podcast presented by Sports Fan Entertainment, available on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, because apparently iTunes is now dead. This is news to me. YouTube and SoundCloud. We are live. Oh wait, we're not live, but I'm here, right? And you're listening to me however you may be, wherever you may be, hopefully in your car, hopefully in your bubble bath. I don't care. I just hope you're having a good time. So it's just me today. I'm all alone, the way I was always meant to be. It's a damn shame, but that's okay, because we're going to keep it rolling. We're going to talk about the Anthony Davis trade. We're going to talk about the NBA Finals. And, that's pretty much going to be it, because not much going on. Oh, we're also going to talk about the NBA draft, right? The NBA draft is going on this Thursday. I'll talk about my thoughts on some of the prospects. I have a video coming out on Tuesday, June 18th on my top 10 NBA draft prospects, but I'll get into a little bit more specifically what I think about the players in today's episode. But real quick, we need to have a story time. Right, it's always good to have the occasional story time here on the MJ Take podcast. So, the air conditioner broke in my house the other day, and this was a tragic situation, people. I mean, it's bad. It is bad. Now, a lot of you may not know this, but I'm actually from Africa. I am actually hailing from the great country of Zimbabwe. Okay, not Wakanda, but, it's close by, right? At least fictionally. So you might as well, think about Wakanda. You just think about that and you'll be close. All right, so I'm okay with the heat. I can deal with the heat. Hell, I'm moving to Phoenix, Arizona soon enough. I'm okay with the heat. Bring the heat. I'm cool with it. I'm ready for it. I've been prepping my whole life for this. I'm cool for it. But even for me, damn, it was hot inside this house, right? So we need to get this thing fixed. We need to get this air conditioner fixed as soon as possible, right? This is a tragic situation. We're sweating all up in here. We have swamp ass going on. It's a problem. Okay, this needs to be resolved ASAP. So we called the air conditioner guys over, and I don't know how my mom found these people. My mom finds the weirdest people to do the most odd jobs. They're not even odd jobs, but I just don't know how she finds these people. Our mechanic was just like some random dude that she met from Dollar General. The chick that cleans our house is someone she got a contact from someone at church. My mom is one of them old folk that have that kind of network, the good old network that they just hit up. I don't know. I'm surprised she doesn't go to the damn Yellow Pages, honestly. My mom's that old school. But, these people come and, I live in the Laverne, Smyrna, Tennessee area. So, they have their Laverne, Smyrna. Hey, how you doing? We're here to fix the air conditioning. We heard you got some air conditioning problems. We're going to go ahead and get that fixed up for you. All right, we're going to get that fixed up for you. And I'm like, all right, I'm okay with this guy. I like this guy. He seems like, he knows what he's doing. This is his trade. I'm going to let him do his thing. Look, I could have majored in electrical engineering. Screw that. I'm not doing that. Electrical engineering sucks. Okay, and even if you're an electrician and you don't need an electrical engineering degree, that still sucks, man. All these circuits and this and that and, all this crap. Yeah, I don't know what the hell it means. So you ends up telling me, oh, man, you're low on Freon, right? You need to get you some more damn Freon. And I'm like, dude, I don't know what that is. Okay, look, I just took chemistry in college and I didn't see that on the elemental table. Where the hell was that? Okay, I didn't see it on the periodic table. I didn't see it. I didn't hear about it in Breaking Bad. I don't know what this guy's talking about. But in these situations, what do? You just pay the guy. You just give the guy the money. Oh, you need this, and that, whatever, right? And, it sucks because they could tell you could need a new house or something. You'd buy it, right? I don't know. Maybe you people are better with that. I feel like anyone over the age of 30 is good with that, figuring out exactly what's going on and what you need to make sure you don't overpay for crap. I'm a millennial. In fact, I think I'm actually past millennial. I'm Gen Y. Wherever Gen Y falls, that's where I am, right? 1996. How you doing? So I don't care what this guy tells me. I don't care if he tells me I need Freon, I need Neon, I need a Lion. I don't care. I'm buying it. Okay, that's my move here. I just want to get this damn thing fixed. So I buy the damn Freon. And, he can tell that I recently graduated, right? Because there's all these graduation decorations all over my house, all over downstairs in the living room, because my mom went overboard and extra with the graduation stuff. She was so excited, whereas I was just ready for, to me, the graduation was just a formality. I knew I was going to graduate. It was no big deal. I mean, this was expected of me, okay? As Cersei Lannister would say, it was expected of me, right? So who cares? But fine, people care about it. Let's care about it. Yeah, it's great. Yeah, all right. So he was like, yeah, I noticed you graduated. I'm like, yeah, I graduated. He's like, oh man, that's just so awesome, man. That's so good. Not enough kids these days are graduate. We need more of them in school. And I'm like, you know what? I actually like this guy. That's all I need to hear. I like this guy now. I mean, I was okay with him already, actually. But, whenever you get a compliment from somebody, doesn't that just make you feel good? Doesn't that just make your heart all fuzzy, all good? And, just make you feel like, hey, this world's all right. This world ain't too bad. I'm okay with this world. I can live with this world. That ain't no problem at all. I can do this. I can go another day. I can go another hour. I can go another week. I like this guy. Right? And I'm like, yeah, thank you, man. I really appreciate it. It was hard. It really wasn't that hard. But yeah, it was hard and everything like that. And yeah, it's great. And then he's asked me, yeah, so what are you thinking about going to college? What? Where am I thinking about going to college? Okay, now look, we need to have a conversation, people. Okay, we're going to get real close for this one. Okay, I know I look young. Okay, I know. Okay, I know. I know if you saw me in high school, you probably wouldn't bat an eye. You say, man, that just looks like an overgrown dude. He probably plays wide receiver. You'd be wrong, right? But that's what you think. Probably wide receiver for the football team or something. Probably got held back. But yeah, he looks like he should be here. But people, come on. Okay, I still look like a high schooler, and this is a real thing. This is not, a single occurrence. This is not an anecdote. Okay, I mean, well, it is, but I mean, this is not just a single occurrence. This is not, some sort of epic miracle. No. I get YouTube comments telling me, come on, kid. Shut up, kid. You don't know what you're talking about, kid. I'm 22 years old. I mean, it's insane. I'm out here. I have my degree. And it's like, wait a minute. I'm a grown-ass man. Now, I'm still at my mama's house. But that's temporary. We're moving out in a little over a month. Hell, I know 30-year-olds living with their damn mamas. So that don't mean nothing. Okay, I don't want to hear about that. Right? But I'm 22 damn years old. Like, I look at, we're just looking at these NFL and NBA players in the draft. I'm older than these cats. I'm older than Zion Williamson by 2-3 years. I got on damn Zion Williamson. Hell, NFL draft, I'm older. I think I'm as old as I think Baker Mayfield. I want to say, I think I'm as old as Baker Mayfield. I think we were born the same year. So, I mean, I'm a grown-ass man, people. I know I don't look like it. I know I don't sound like it. But hey, I provide just like it, okay? I'm still rolling in the dough. I'm still, doing mo and mo. I'm still rhyming like a hoe, right? Those are the things that I'm doing. So, just put some respect on my name. And I told him, it's cool, I'm going to Vanderbilt, even though I already graduated from Vanderbilt University. So that's our story time to open up. Now let's go ahead and move to the NBA, where the Los Angeles Lakers trade for Anthony Davis. Now, I already went on stream for 40 minutes, and I talked about this trade extensively. But just because I love the trade so much, we're going to talk about it again here. Because, I mean, come on. This is the storyline. This is the headline. This is the thing that is, traversing around NBA circles even more so than the Toronto Raptors winning the NBA championship. You can love it. You can hate it. You can be a fan of the Lakers. You can hate them, whatever. This is the story today. Okay, not 2 days ago. 2 days ago, it would have been Toronto. It would have been all Toronto if I was recording this podcast 2 days ago. I am not. I'm recording it today, and today the biggest story is Anthony Davis to LA. Okay, look at that. I'm still rhyming out here. So Anthony Davis headed to the Los Angeles Lakers in exchange for Lonzo Ball, Brandon Ingram, Josh Hart, and we now apparently have the official word on the draft picks, and apparently there are some swaps that are actually involved in this draft, in terms of this draft trade as well, for Anthony Davis. I'm pulling up the details right now, and look, it was a heavy price to pay for the LA Lakers. Okay, here are the official draft pick details. Right, so there's a number 4 pick in the 2019 NBA draft. Okay, then the Pelicans get the Lakers 2021 pick if it's a top 8 pick. Otherwise, it gets deferred to 2022. Okay? That's the second. The third pick is an unprotected first rounder in 2024 that if the Pelicans decide, no, this isn't high enough for us, they can then defer to 2025. Right? So that is the third of the first round draft picks. And then they also get a pick swap in 2023. Okay, so again, just to recap this, it is Anthony Davis and Anthony Davis alone being sent to the LA Lakers in exchange for Lonzo Ball, Brandon Ingram, Josh Hart, the number 4 pick in the 2019 NBA draft, a 2021 pick in the NBA draft if it's top 8. If it's not, then it will be deferred to 2022, unprotected. An unprotected first rounder in 2024 that the Pelicans can decide to defer to 2025, and an unprotected pick swap in 2023. Okay, so let's first discuss whether or not this was too much, right? Who won the trade, who didn't, and then the ramifications of this thing. And I did this on my channel, but now we have more details. Now, this is a little too much, okay? If the Lakers do not win a title, it will have been way too much. It will have been way too much. If the Lakers win one title, just one title with LeBron and Anthony Davis, to me, it will still have been too much. I won't say it will have been a disgrace or a shame, as I will if they win no championships. But I don't think even one championship is worth all of this, because I think this will be quite damaging to the LA Lakers. Here's the situation, people. Yes, Anthony Davis has said that he will sign a long-term deal with the LA Lakers following this 2019-2020 NBA season. I do believe him on that, but we have seen players say a certain thing and go back on that word. Kyrie Irving announced to Boston, to the city of Boston, in the public eye, I will re-sign, and he is gone. Okay, so I think he's, again, more likely to say than Kyrie Irving was, but that's just, another thing to be worried about. Dwight Howard, we thought Dwight Howard was going to stay. Now we look and we're like, well, thank God he didn't, but still, we thought he was going to stay. He didn't, right? And the Lakers gave up way less for Dwight Howard than they're giving up here. Okay, now Anthony Davis is a better player, don't get me wrong, but I mean, just, consider that. Anthony Davis, to me, okay, what he's going to do, I won't even say to me, what he's going to do is he's going to extend to LA, but he will not extend, listen to me very closely, Anthony Davis will not extend with the LA Lakers for a 4 or 5 year deal. He will not. Why? Because Anthony Davis is in line for a mega max deal. Okay, like there are levels to these max contracts now in the NBA. I think the levels go, I think once you get past year 4, you're eligible for 25% of a team salary cap. And then once you get past the 10-year mark, you're eligible for a 35% max, right? And there might be a 30% max for years 5 to 8 or something like that. But I'm not really sure about it. Maybe like years 5 to 9, actually. But the point is, Anthony Davis will be in line for that 35% of the cap max, that mega super max. The max of all maxes, the highest contract, the most money you can possibly get after another 3 seasons. Anthony Davis and his agent Rich Paul are very, very, very aware of this. Okay, they know this. Absolutely, they're planning for this. They are absolutely having their eyes set on this. Make no doubt about this whatsoever. It will cost Anthony Davis, I will say, tens of millions of dollars if he signs a 5-year extension, 4 or 5-year extension with LA next season. It will have cost him tens of millions of dollars if he signs a 4 or 5-year extension with LA next season. Now, he might make that trade-off if he really is worried about his health and he really just wants the payday, but I'm pretty sure he's just going to wait 2 more years. So what's going to happen? What I guarantee is Anthony Davis will sign a 2+1, so that's 2 year with 1 year player option at the end of next season. This will put him in line to be a free agent again for the, what year is that? Upcoming of 2019, 2020, 2020, 2021. So that will put him in line to be a free agent 2022, 2023. Okay? That's when Anthony Davis will become a free agent again. Okay, so following the 2021-2022 season. So the summer of 2022. I know there's a lot of details here, but it's important. It's important for me to really get, deep in terms of these details. So the summer of 2022, Anthony Davis will be a free agent again. I'm telling you right now, I'm predicting it. If he does not do this, it will cost him tens of millions of dollars. In 2022, 3 years from this moment, LeBron James will then be 37 years old, going on 38 that upcoming season, and more importantly, he will be at the end of his 4-year deal with the LA Lakers. And I believe he will likely retire at that point. That is what I believe. Now, we will see about that. But let's say LeBron leaves, or let's just say LeBron at that point is clearly declining. I think the chances of Anthony Davis leaving this franchise is pretty high. It just depends on if they've won championships, if he's enjoyed his stay. But if he's won championships, he may feel as Kevin Durant feels now, as Kawhi Leonard may feel a couple weeks from now. Well, I won. Now I can leave. And now I can do whatever I want. Right? And then imagine Anthony Davis leaves. At that point, I think Kyle Kuzma's gone. I think I could be wrong on that, but Kyle Kuzma only has 2 years left on his deal this upcoming season and a season after that. In order to extend him, they're going to have to really like what they see from him in the upcoming years. And even if he is extended, is that enough to keep Anthony Davis in LA? I'm not sure. So my point in all this is we can see a disaster scenario where LeBron James is retired and Anthony Davis leaves the Lakers in 2022. If this happens, the Lakers are screwed. Absolutely, entirely, empirically. Because for the rest of the seasons, 2023, let's say the Lakers stink, they get a top 4 pick. Don't matter. The Pelicans, swap their picks. 2024, Lakers back at it, trying to get a top pick. Get a top pick. Oh, wait, it goes to the Pelicans. 2025, here we go again. Oh, wait. If the Pelicans decided not to defer last year, they're going to defer this year, right? So for 2 years post Anthony Davis, they could be screwed. And actually, I forgot about 2022. So 2022, that year, yeah. If that year the Lakers, let's say they struggled in that last year of LeBron, And even if they didn't, right, you still like to have that late first round pick to begin the post LeBron era. Nope, going to the Pelicans. 2023, nope, going to the Pelicans. 2024, nope, going to the Pelicans. And I guarantee, by that point, the Pelicans, if there's no LeBron James on this team, will be as good as the LA Lakers, if not better. And I would say probably better. I would say probably better. I'd bet on better if there's no LeBron James or if they have not developed some sort of talent within those years. So the question then becomes, when we arrive at these years, okay, these very critical, pivotal years, can we convince Anthony Davis to stay? And again, can we also convince another free agent or two to come? Because that's going to be our play. There will be no building through the draft for the LA Lakers through from 2022 through 2024, and that scares me. And I know this is the NBA, and we don't really care about draft picks and that, and blah, blah, blah. But you know how scary it was for the Lakers from that, post-Kobe era, just making sure they can hold on to their draft picks. Now they're not going to be able to hold on to these. There is no protections on these, and rebuilding post-LeBron will be absolute hell. The Brooklyn Nets were able to do it after their debacle of the Paul Pierce and Kevin Garnett trade. But this does concern me moving forward, and it's just concerning. Now, with that said, now we move on from that analysis. Okay, and by the way, again, this is just a great haul for the Pelicans. And let's just move on to the Pelicans and just look at that. So you're getting a great haul here. And the Pelicans, they're going to have the opportunity to build a great team, especially if the Lakers end up sticking in the post-LeBron era. But even if they don't, you're talking about now having a team with Lonzo Ball, who I don't love. Even today, I'll tell you, I think he's only a decent point guard in the NBA. I don't think he's ever going to be an all-star. I think people are still saying that. I don't know why. I really don't think he's ever going to be an all-star in this league. I really, 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 really do not. Especially with how the point guard position is so deep. De'Aaron Fox is miles ahead right now of Lonzo Ball, and De'Aaron Fox isn't sniffing the all-star yet. I think De'Aaron Fox will end up being an all-star, don't get me wrong, but even he, this past year, he wasn't sniffing the all-star team. Good luck bidding out Damian Lillard. Good luck bidding out Russell Westbrook. Good luck bidding out Stephen Curry in the Western Conference. Eastern Conference, D'Angelo Russell made it, but even D'Angelo Russell's, statistics and production and leadership absolutely blows away Lonzo Ball from the get-go. And people knew, or at least as a Laker fan, I knew D'Angelo Russell had way more talent, way more showcases than Lonzo Ball. And Laker fans will never forget D'Angelo Russell putting up 37 points against the Brooklyn Nets, who he ended up playing for, right? An absolutely amazing performance by D'Angelo Russell, an amazing shooting performance. He showed his shooting power and prowess. We knew from that game forward, this guy's going to be something. It was never a question with us Los Angeles Lakers fans, but unfortunately the drama happened with him. It ended up having to be shipped out, but we all knew the potential that D'Angelo Russell had. So Lonzo Ball, fine. But then you have Drew Holiday, who continues to improve in this league. Now, personally, I would trade Drew Holiday. I'll say it right now, I would trade Drew Holiday because I just don't like the fact that he can't stay healthy. You're not going to build a championship contender with Drew Holiday on your basketball team because I've never seen him play over, I think, even 75 games in a season. You think he's going to be around for playoff time? I doubt that. You can go ahead and bet on that. I'm not betting on that. Hell, you bet on that. And you already have a young team. I just continue with this youth movement. So I trade Drew Holiday, to be quite honest with you. I think the Chicago Bulls would like to have that conversation with you for Zach LaVine, and that's a conversation I would have. So anyway, Drew Holiday, and you also have Brandon Ingram, who I still love. I'm still a Brandon Ingram fan. I'm still a Brandon Ingram stan. I think this guy still has all-star potential. And in fact, I'll say he will be an all-star in this league. Not perennial, but he will make an all-star team in this league before he retires. He's going to be a 20-plus point per game scorer consistently. Last year averaged 18.3, and the last 6 games before he got injured for the year was averaging like 27 points per game. This guy still has incredible potential, still has a fantastic work ethic. It's still a willing passer, good rebounder. Defensive upside is still through the roof. I'm still a Brandon Ingram fan. You're adding in Zion Williamson, who's likely to play the 4 at this point. Love that. Center position's up for grabs. Julius Randle's added there. And don't tell me about Jahlil Okafor. Although, you know what's hilarious? Isn't that crazy? They could have Brandon Ingram Zion Williamson and Jahlil Okafor all on the same team. These are the top three drafted players from Duke over the past 4 seasons, except for, I think, 2018, right? So that'd be crazy, right? I mean, who would have thought that Brandon Ingram, Jahlil Okafor, and Zion Williamson all be on the same team? Now, if you would have told me that 5 years ago, I would have said, oh, what a championship team. But Jahlil Okafor, man, what a damn disaster in the NBA. It's just, wow, Jahlil Okafor, one of the biggest busts. Really, I mean, he's a capable scorer and everything, but just so disappointing, especially after winning a national championship, something that Zion Williamson and Brandon Ingram could not do, couldn't even sniff. Zion sniffed it a little bit, but they didn't get that close. So, that's a nice lineup. Now, some people think it's a playoff team. Listen to me closely. Hell no. Okay, hell no. The Western Conference, people, is stacked. Okay, first of all, we have the 8 teams that made it last year. Okay, so let's go ahead and tell me which of those 8 teams are going to drop out. I want to hear you yell from the rooftops which of these 8 teams, okay, are worse than the New Orleans Pelicans. This is something that I want to hear. We have the Golden State Warriors, number 1. Now, yes, Klay Thompson's out, Kevin Durant's out, but Stephen Curry and Draymond Green are still going to win games. Steve Kerr's still there. And let me tell you right now, the Warriors are going to go into free agency and they're going to sign like a Rudy Gay and someone else. They're going to come in, they're going to score, they're going to do well for the Golden State Warriors. So, Warriors to me will still be a playoff contender. Let's agree on that. The Nuggets are clinched. They're in. Forget about it. In fact, to me right now, they're likely the number 1 seed next year with the improvement of Jamal Murray, with the continued improvement of Nikola Jokic. And if they actually get Michael Porter Jr. to play, that'll also be something to look out for. Portland Trail Blazers, yeah, they're not going anywhere. They won 53 games last year. How are they going to drop off now to missing the playoffs? I mean, I just don't doubt that. I know 48 games was required for the playoffs last year, and the Blazers only won 53, but I just don't see them losing, 5 games somehow, unless if some sort of injury comes upon them. I just doubt that severely. Houston Rockets, we'll see, because, right now they're having their issues, but I think they're just going to bring everyone back and then run it back, and they're going to be a playoff team, because look at how much they struggled to start this past season, and they still made the playoffs easily. Still ended up being the 4th seed, 53 wins, and I want to say they started out like 13 and 15, and still had 53 wins, 53 and 29. Right, so they're still going to make the playoffs. The Utah Jazz are going to improve. They won 50 games. They were 50 and 32. They're talking about trading for Mike Conley. I'm all for that. Depends on what the trade is, but I'm all for that. They're talking about offering D'Angelo Russell the max. They're looking to make moves. They're going to improve. Donovan Mitchell's continuing maturation. Rudy Gobert and his continuing maturation. Utah Jazz going to improve. To me, going to be, I think, maybe a top 3 seed next year. Oklahoma City Thunder, yeah, they have their issues and they've kind of capped out, but are they going to miss the playoffs? Not unless Paul George or Russell Westbrook, gets injured. San Antonio Spurs. Okay, now we're talking. I think the Spurs have a legitimate shot to miss the playoffs next year, but they're still going to win over 45 games to me. So look out for the San Antonio Spurs. And then the LA Clippers, who can sign Kawhi Leonard. And Kawhi Leonard is going to elevate this team. And I think the Clippers, if they don't sign Kawhi Leonard, I do expect them to have a win drop next year. But even if they don't get Kawhi, they can still get Kemba or Jimmy Butler. And I guarantee they'd at least get Jimmy Butler at that point. I guarantee, because they still have like the 2 max slots. So they're going to get somebody. The Clippers are still there. And then we're talking about, again, the LA Lakers, who are you just trading Anthony Davis to. Look, the Lakers missed the playoffs this year. It was a disappointment. It was an embarrassment. They will make the playoffs next season. I mean, come on. Can we just accept that? Can we just accept that, know that, and just, come on. Let's just move on from that. They're going to make the playoffs next year. So, Lakers coming in. All right, let's go ahead and bump the Spurs out. I think we can all agree to bump the Spurs out. So, what about the Sacramento Kings, who continue to improve? The continued maturation of De'Aaron Fox. We have to see if they're going to re-sign Harrison Barnes, but Willie Cauley-Stein continues to get better. Buddy Hield continues to get better. The Kings are going to make a win improvement. They'll be a playoff contender, but they'll be right there. They'll be close. I want to see what the Timberwolves do, but they could make a step up. And then the Dallas Mavericks, who now have this duo of Luka Doncic and Kristaps Porzingis. And they're looking to sign a free agent. I think the Mavericks are actually going to make that leap. All right, so right now, if you're talking about who's out, who's in, I'll tell you, I'll have the Warriors out. Okay, fine. I'll actually have the Warriors out. So I'll have the Warriors out. I'll have the Spurs out. But I gotta leave the Clippers in. Because I think they're getting Kawhi Leonard right now. We're gonna talk about that a little more momentarily, but I think they're getting Kawhi Leonard. So I'm just taking out two teams and I'm putting in the Lakers and I'm putting in the Mavericks. Those are what I'm putting in. With the Kings competing, with the Spurs competing, with the Warriors competing. Okay, Pelicans, you're not better than any of those 11 teams I just mentioned. You're not better than the Warriors, Nuggets, Blazers, Rockets, Jazz, Thunder, Spurs, Clippers, Kings, Lakers, Mavericks. No way, no how. And let me tell you right now, the Phoenix Suns are about a player or two away from being just as good as you two. Okay, the Phoenix Suns down there with DeAndre Ayton and Devin Booker, and they can only win 19 games. Right? Their roster's just a mess, though, so they definitely have some work to do. But don't sit there and tell me, hell, the Memphis Grizzlies, who are going to have John Moran and Jaren Jackson Jr., right, Triple J, their roster is not that much different than y'all's. All right, so I don't want to hear about all that. The Pelicans will be all right. They're going to win about 33 games, which is what they won last year. But to me, continue to play the lottery, get some more draft picks, be young, and just that's your move. And that's a good move, right? There's nothing wrong with that move. And look, I'm going to watch the Pelicans upcoming, and I'm going to enjoy my time, right? I'm a Brandon Ingram fan, and I'm already calling myself a Zion Williamson fan. You already know how fun he is to watch, but he's a humble kid. He loves the game of basketball. Such a youthful presence. I love Zion Williamson already. So I'm going to watch the Pelicans closely. I'm going to enjoy watching the Pelicans, but they're not going to make the damn playoffs. I'm guaranteeing it. As I sit here, as I live and as I breathe, that they will not make the playoffs this season. I'll even say next season too, but let's just stick with this season. This season, no playoffs for the New Orleans Pelicans. Zion Williamson is going to be great, but even LeBron James took 2 seasons before he made the NBA playoffs. I don't even want to say he made it his 3rd season, right? So 2 full seasons of not making the playoffs before he finally made the playoffs in his 3rd season. It's going to take some time, but that's okay. It ain't no problem. It ain't no problem. So with that said, that's the Pelicans' point of view. And by the way, real quick on the Pelicans, let's finish it on this, right? What should they do with this number 4 pick? Should they keep it? Should they trade it? If you could flip it, because apparently the Bulls want Lonzo Ball. If you could trade Lonzo Ball to them and get their, I think they have the 7th pick. I would want their 7th. I don't think that would work. I'd ask the Bulls that if you want Lonzo so much, how about this? I would do Lonzo and Drew for Zach LaVine and their 7th pick. I would do that. I would honestly really do that. And then move forward with Zach LaVine and then draft Darius Garland. And then you'd have Darius Garland, Zach LaVine, Brandon Ingram, Zion Williamson, and then you'd have to find a center. I would honestly do that. And now you would take some more years to suck. But I think next year, there's like 3 centers that are like projected top 7 right now. You're going to get yourself one of those. You got your starting 5. Boom, 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 boom. Starting 5, we got Darius Garland, who I love, knockdown 3-point shooter. He's going to be a 20-plus point per game scorer at the next level. Zach LaVine's already there. Brandon Ingram's already going to be there. Zion's already going to be there. It's already 80 points. And then just get some center to get some blocks and some rebounds, and then get you a nice bench, dude. I think that'd be a hell of a lineup. I think that'd be a great lineup. I really do. I'd be all in on that lineup. So I'd keep that number 4 pick. And then number 7, could you take a center there? Actually, you could. You could actually take, because I asked, yeah, that's what I specifically said. I said, give me the 7th pick and Zach LaVine. So you could sit there and I would take number 7. You could take Jackson Hayes, who is my number 1. Well, no, Bol Bol is my number 1 center, but Bol Bol's a risk, and I wouldn't take that risk. And you wouldn't need Bol Bol. You need Bol Bol if you need like a big, scoring 3-point shooting center. You guys wouldn't need that. You guys would need more of a Jackson Hayes, who's just a shot blocker, not a great rebounder, unfortunately. But, I'd actually get on the phone and see if you guys can try to swing to a Willie Cauley-Stein. Maybe you call the Kings for Willie Cauley-Stein, because Willie Cauley-Stein would fit in perfect with this team. Just a guy that can just go rebound and get some blocks. But I'm telling you, Darius Garland, Zach LaVine, Brandon Ingram, Zion Williamson, and like a Willie Cauley-Stein or a Jackson Hayes. dude, the Pelicans will be great in 5 years. Fantastic. Rookie deals everywhere. Zach LaVine, he's going to be on an expensive deal. Ingram's going to have to be extended next year. But you got to have like 3 cheap deals there. I think that's my move if I'm the New Orleans Pelicans. And they're not really talking about that. They want to get, some more veterans in there. They're interested in Bradley Beal. And I think if they do that, it'd be okay. I mean, if you can get Bradley Beal, that'd be great. I'm not even going to say it'd be okay. It'd be great. It'd be great. But, yeah, I mean, I'd offer Drew Holiday and the number 4 pick for Bradley Beal tomorrow. I would do that. But, man, something about this lineup I'm talking about that just really, really gets me excited if I'm a New Orleans Pelicans fan, which I will now claim is my number 2 team, now that they have Brandon Ingram and they will soon have my boy Zion Williamson. So that is the Pelicans' perspective, right? That's the Pelicans, and then now we move on to the LA Lakers. Let's give them their just due. So the LA Lakers, they receive Anthony Davis. What does this mean? And look, people are shocked. People are shocked. They can't believe that the LA Lakers are favorites to win next year's title. Telling me who should be favored over the LA Lakers right now. And this is not to say that the Lakers have that they have the first best roster in the league right now. Okay, they only have 5 players, and the 5 players don't form a starting 5. They have Isaac Bonga. They have Mo Wagner. They have, who sounds like a vampire. They have LeBron James. They have Kyle Kuzma. They have Anthony Davis. There's no shooting guard. And Isaac Bonga stinks. Okay? The fact that this guy is scheduled and slated for a $1.4 million salary, makes me curse the world. Okay? Because I don't know how this guy is getting paid $1.4 million. The most awkward 6'6" looking point guard I've ever seen in my entire life, Isaac Bonga. Oh my God. Yeah, so this guy's on the roster. But anyway, that's all they got. And as presently constructed, no, they are not the best roster in the league. But they still have $24 million of cap room, dog. I mean, you don't think they're going to go out and sign some more pieces? It's happening. They're going to go sign some more damn pieces. They're going to fill out the roster. And at the end of the day, you're going to have to defeat the duo of Anthony Davis and LeBron James. And if you can tell me how you're going to do that, I'd love to hear it. I'd love to hear how Damian Lillard and CJ McCollum or Jamal Murray and Nikola Jokic are going to defeat that duo. And that's not to say that the duo is everything, right? Paul George and Russell Westbrook. Hell, they're probably the best duo in the Western Conference outside of Steph and Clay when healthy, right? And they didn't even make it past the first round, right? They lost to Portland. But there's a big gap, a significant and sizable gap between those two and Anthony Davis and LeBron James. Okay, who have the number 2 and number 3 PERs of all time, who are 2 of the top, to me, 6 players in the NBA. A lot of people would say top 5. I'll say top 6. Anthony Davis is just outside of my top 5. My top 5 consists of, in no order, okay, I'm not trying to get into rankings today, but Kawhi Leonard, Giannis, LeBron, KD, and Steph. Yes, I have Steph over Anthony Davis. Yes, I do. Actually, it's not even close for me, but yes, I do. Okay, Anthony Davis, number 6, and then number 7 would be James Harden. So, yes. How can those two be defeated? I just don't see it. This is the best duo, people. This is the best duo we've seen in the NBA since LeBron and Wade, theoretically, but their mix wasn't as good because Wade ended up just declining like all hell when they actually got together, right? But coming into it, we thought LeBron and Wade was a better duo. So I'll grant you that. LeBron and Wade. But then before that, people, we're talking Kobe and Shaq. We're talking the best duo in the league since Kobe and Shaq. Oh my God, that's what we're talking about. That's a hell of a thing to be talking about. LeBron James and Anthony freaking Davis. Now, it's going to be interesting to see how LeBron James mixes with a big man. Right, because he didn't mix well with Chris Bosh and he didn't mix well with Kevin Love, but that was because there was another guard in Kyrie Irving or Dwayne Wade to disrupt the chemistry and the flow and the distribution of shots and everything like that. right? So I'll grant you that and I'll give you that. So I still think this duo is going to be very prolific. They're going to average 50 points a game. It's going to be great. They're going to be hella efficient. My God, they're going to shoot over 55%. My goodness gracious, at least 53%. And it's just going to be magical. And then now you just sprinkle in a Darren Collison or a Patrick Beverly. Shooting guard, get you a Danny Green or a Terrence Ross off the bench. Get you, this moron like a JJ Redick. Okay? And then boom, all of a sudden call Jamal Crawford to come hit some stupid 3-pointers. And that's a championship team. We saw last year the Denver Nuggets ain't ready for the spotlight. The Portland Trail Blazers ain't ready for the spotlight. Philadelphia 76ers, they kind of scare me. But Simmons and Embiid would absolutely fold against LeBron and Anthony Davis. Dude, Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons want to be LeBron James and Anthony Davis. Right? They go to sleep and they dream of being Anthony Davis and LeBron James. That's what they dream at night. That's what they want. And that's what they sleep in. That's what they dream. That's what they want. That's what they want. That's what they dream about. Oh, if I can only be as good as Anthony Davis. Oh, if I can only be as good as LeBron James. Those are their best forms. Their final forms. Their ultimate forms. Their Super Saiyan 3s or 4s, man. That's what we're talking about here. So, I know I'm a Laker fan. You can call me biased. That's fine. Tell me how you're going to beat that duo. We're talking Kobe and Shaq, people. We're talking Kobe and Shaq. Now, LeBron is in the decline. I understand that. But it's really showing up defensively more than offensively right now. In fact, offensively, he's still as good as he's ever been. So, definitely showing up more defensively. But, man, I just don't see it. Right now, I just don't see it. Now, there's going to be some more moves made. And if the Clippers get Kawhi and Jimmy Butler, or Kawhi and Kemba, or Kawhi and yada, 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 we'll have a different conversation. Because that will scare the hell out of me. But today, I feel damn good about my LA Lakers. Oh, I feel damn good about my LA Lakers. Oh, my goodness gracious. So with that said, we move on to the NBA Finals, where the Toronto Raptors defeat the Golden State Warriors. I'm not going to spend too much time on this because the series has been over for quite some time now. But I do want to give some congratulations to the Toronto Raptors. And I want to say yes, I did. I said last week, because the Raptors were up 3-1 at that time, I thought they were going to win the series if Kevin Durant did not come back. Kevin Durant did come back, but he got hurt again. So, look, this is an NBA Finals that, I'm not one to give out asterisks, right? The question is there an asterisk by this title by the Toronto Raptors? And I think people are just so over the Golden State reign, the Golden State dynasty, to where they're like, no, asterisk, go Toronto 1, Toronto 1, Toronto 1. And that's fine. Look, I get it. I understand it. But, come on, guys. We just have to know. We'll give Toronto their credit, and that's fine. I'm all for that. Right? If the Titans ever won a Super Bowl, I don't want to hear people saying, well, no. I just want people to say the Titans won the Super Bowl. So I'm not here to bash Toronto, to make Toronto not feel as if they got a full championship or whatever. But we just got to know. We know if Kevin Durant and Klay were healthy for the whole series, it'd be a different story. We just need to know that. We need to accept that. We don't need to mention it all the time. But we don't need to mention it. It's important. It's important. It decided the finals. Just as the difference, though, between the Cavs series, Cavs and Warriors, we just didn't know. And I still don't know to this day. Because the next year, the Warriors were up 3-1 against that Cavs team. Lost because Draymond was hurt. We still don't really know who was the better team between those Golden State Warriors and those Cleveland Cavaliers. I still think we don't know. I think we don't know nothing. So that's the difference between that 2015 finals. But here, I think we know. I think with KD out there, I don't think it's a problem for the Golden State Warriors to win this series. But we'll never know. But definitely want to give congrats. And, Kawhi Leonard, he still wants to leave. And look, I don't get it. I don't understand it. If someone could please explain this to me. Look, I'm supposed to understand what these people want. They're in my age range, relatively. They're in my age range. Kawhi Leonard's like 5 years older than I am. I don't get it. If someone could explain to me, look, apparently this guy's getting like free food in Toronto. He can like walk up to like, I don't know what the percentage of restaurants, but a decent amount, a significant portion of restaurants in Toronto and eat for free. He's been offered free penthouses. Dude, I'd have a penthouse for each of my hoes. Okay, are you kidding me, dog? Okay, you just go out to eat with your friends. You get your friends free food every night. Okay, my God, I'd be living it up. Look, I know Toronto, Canada, it's not the ideal destination for people, but these NBA players, I think I said this last week, these NBA players, dude, they can't just go work for 5 years, shut up. And I don't want to have the owner mentality, right? But this 5 years with all these perks that Kawhi is going to get, shut up, play basketball, and then, dude, when you retire from basketball, look, Kawhi Leonard, no one wants your ass on TV, right? Don't even think about going for ESPN inside the NBA. Okay, just stay inside your house. Okay, no one wants you on TV, Kawhi Leonard. I'm sorry. Right, so just go then to LA and do whatever you want for 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 years. No one's going to care. No one's going to give a damn. But for the meantime, can you just take all these perks in Toronto where you just won an NBA damn championship? Please. Now, if he wants to go raise his daughter in LA or something like that, okay. But, I mean, come on. I just don't understand how he just leave this city. I mean, this would be so Jesus-esque, and maybe the Christians will be upset at me for referencing Jesus here. But this guy's coming for 1 year, bringing the title and just leaving. I'm out. It's just incredible to me. Wow. But he's the prince who was promised. Game of Thrones didn't provide it. Kawhi Leonard did. So there you go. He's the prince who was promised for Toronto for sure. So, that's really all I really want to talk about the NBA Finals. There's not really much else to really talk about when it comes to the NBA Finals right now. So I just want to talk about the NBA draft a little bit, win some mailbag questions, and then we'll get out of here. So NBA draft is this Thursday. I'm excited for it. So my top 10 prospects, if you did not watch the video, go watch the video. But number 1, Zion Williamson. And look, I really like Zion Williamson. Now, my only thing is, I don't think he's ever actually going to be God tier. And God tier to me is LeBron James, D. Wade, Kobe Bryant. This guy's going to lead you to an NBA championship. He's going to need help, but he's going to lead you. Like, he's going to be that guy. He's going to be a Hall of Famer without a doubt, absolutely. I'm not quite there with him. I think he's going to be a perennial all-star. I think he's going to be very, very, very good. Great, even. But I think he's always going to need someone else with him. Like a very good running mate. Like he'll need maybe not a God tier player, but at least a player on his level. So I'd put him in the level of where Charles Barkley was. And he compares to him a lot in terms of a player as well. Where Anthony Davis has been, where I'll say Blake Griffin is now ascending to, that range where they're great players. Like Anthony Davis is a great player. Charles Barkley was a great player, but they need someone else. Anthony Davis, you'll see. Yeah, he needed LeBron. Anthony Davis would have needed someone else. I think that's going to be the case with Zion Williamson. So I don't think you're getting a LeBron here. I don't think so. But hell, look, Carmelo Anthony was going to need somebody, right? We just didn't know that until it was too late, right? So that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. But he's still going to be a very good player. I compare him to Blake Griffin, Charles Barkley. I was going to shoot a high percentage. PR is going to be through the roof. Going to have one of the highest PRs of all time. If you can find that three-point shot, that's going to be great as well. But, that's my only thing. That's my only gripe. But he's going to be great. Great. Number 2, I have John Moran. And let me give you my prospect grades as well. Zion Williamson was a 93. John Morant's a 90. I compare him to Russell Westbrook and Dennis Smith Jr. High passion for the game, able to find teammates well, distribute. Needs to be the star of the party though. I think. I think you can definitely team with a big man or a wing, but definitely in the early on he's going to need to be the star of the party. But he's going to run the show, and a lot of draft classes other than this one, he'd be the number one pick, but Zion Williamson is there. So love John Moran. RJ Barrett, 87. I like RJ Barrett. I compare him to DeMar DeRozan. Also has some Tracy McGrady in him. Good scorer, lengthy scorer, good NBA pedigree. The godson of Steve Nash. Which is surprising because he can't really shoot free throws all that well. But yeah, RJ Barrett, can he improve his free throws? Can he improve his three-point shooting, become more consistent from range? If he can, we'd be looking at James Harden right here. And he could be the best player from this draft class. He could be James Harden and like a real 30-point per game guy. But I just need to see those shooting numbers go up. And right now, I just have to have John Moran and Zion above him. Just because RJ Barrett has not shown enough shooting consistency for me. Number 4, Darius Garland, as I mentioned earlier, again, a guy that can just step back and kill you. Just step back, mid-range, kill you there. Step back, three-point, kill you there. Just so dangerous. And a guy that I don't think is going to be a great defender in this league, but always going to make an impact in terms of being a three-point and overall offensive weapon. And a good finisher at the rim, too. Not a dunker, but definitely can finish in terms of layups and having, some nice finesse finishes. Number 5, Deandre Hunter, wing player. Also a guy that could play the 4 a little bit. Compared to Damari Carroll, some Thaddeus Young in him as well, some OG and Anunoby. Has some nice length, smart player, good basketball IQ. Did not show up enough on the boards or assists for me. Wanted to see bigger numbers there, but I think he's a smart player. I think he was integral to Virginia's national title win. I think he's only going to continue to improve, but I think his upside is very limited. He's never going to be a 20-point per game guy. Forget about it. But I think he could give you 15, 16 and give you some damn good defense as well. And in this draft class where there's a lot of question marks and there could be absolute busts, he comes in at number 5 because you just know what you're going to get. Number 6, Cam Reddish. Okay, so if you want to bet on upside, here you go. And this is one of those situations where it depends on what team I am. But I'm always never afraid to pick a player lower on my prospect rankings if I feel that I want to take the risk. So if I'm a team like Cleveland, I'm taking Cameron Reddish over Deandre Hunter all day. Because we need to bet on upside. Dude, we're Cleveland. We need to get some talent, some star players. Deandre Hunter's never going to be a star. Reddish could be. But if I'm a team like New Orleans, let's say New Orleans stays there, we don't need another star. We have Zion, we have Ingram, and I think, we're going to win on some other stars. We don't need to bet on a Cameron Reddish. So we can just take Deandre Hunter and have him as another nice piece to our team. So it just depends on what kind of team you are. But Cameron Reddish, I compare him a lot to Paul George and Andrew Wiggins. All the talent in the world. Will he actually take advantage? If he doesn't, he'll be more like Andrew Wiggins. Although, he may not even be as prolific as of a scorer as Wiggins. Like, this is not even a low-side comparison. A real low-side comparison for Cam Reddish, maybe like an Evan Turner, who's someone that's 6'8" and really should be a much more prolific scorer than they are, but can't do diddly squat. I can't think of a comparison right now, but yeah, make no doubt about it. Cam Reddish has some absolute bust potential. This guy could not finish in college. Only shot 36% from the field. Absolutely god-awful. Still shot about 30% from 3, but even that's not very good. So, he has some improving to do, but man, his high school talent was just insane, and his production there was also insane to the point where he's still the number 6 prospect in this damn draft. And his highlights in college were great too. Number 7, Jarrett Culver. Compare him a lot to Chris Middleton and Evan Turner. A nice scoring option. Hey, also will contribute on the boards. He will get you assists, unlike Deandre Hunter will consistently. But I think he's going to have problems scoring at the next level. I really don't think he's going to be anything more than an average star in the NBA. I really don't think so. So if you just want an average, shooting guard, go ahead and take him. But if you want more, move on to other players. Number 8, Rahama Judah, who I really like, Japanese player. Compare him a lot to Aaron Gordon and Paul Millsap. Man, I think this guy's going to put in the work. He's from Gonzaga, improved every single year. Japanese, born and raised, humble kid, learning English well. Doesn't rebound enough for me, but I think with NBA coaching will improve there. Will improve his shot blocking skills as well. But man, this guy can score all over the court right now. And his 3-point shot really improved last year. Number 9, Bol Bol, who to me is so fascinating. This guy can end up being the best player in the draft. Honestly, if he could put on some damn weight and learn how to play defense. I mean, dude, the guy averaged like 23 and 11 per 36 minutes at Oregon. 7'2" center that can just nail three-pointers. Absolutely insane. I am looking out for a ball. But, man, his hips are so damn high. He's so damn leggy. You know, anyone can box this guy down and crush him down below in the paint. It's going to be interesting with ball. Man, it's hard to put a number on this guy, but... yeah, I put him. I compare him a lot to Kristaps Porzingis and Manute Bol, his father. He's just so hard to project. And then number 10, Romeo Langford, Bradley Beal, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, nice scoring shooting guard. Had his struggles in college, but still shot about 45%. Now the interesting thing about this guy, he can't catch and shoot. He's a shooting guard that can't catch and shoot. He's an off-the-dribble shooting guard. So, like a Dion Waiters also kind of in that, he needs to have the ball in his hands and move around. And Tim Hardaway does this also a little bit. Yeah, needs to move around before they shoot the ball. But still has a great wingspan, has a lot of potential in him. And I think we're going to see some good things from him at the next level. So, I have him ranked higher than a lot of people do. So, those are my top 10 NBA prospects. We're going to move on to the mailbag. And then we will get out of here. So we have one mailbag question this week. It's from Jonathan Nunez, who asks, "Hi, my name is Jonathan. Been a fan for a few years now. I love that you've gotten into podcasts. Keep up the great work. Thank you, Mr. Nunez. My question is, what are your favorite cartoon/kid shows of all time? Also, what do you think about these days cartoons and kid shows? Thank you." I'll start with the second part of this question. Now, I don't want to sound cliche because everyone says this and, I'm not sure if it's fair or not. But these kids these days, their shows suck. I mean, I just don't get it. But I think it's actually legitimate. I don't just think I've matured past it. I just think that they just suck now. Like, I look at Disney Channel, I look at, Nickelodeon and Cartoon Network. They suck. And I think this is legitimate because I look at the ratings for Disney Channel, they're down as compared to where they were in like the mid-2000s, early 2000s. Same for Cartoon Network. So I think shows today suck. Look, Arthur is still a classic. They can't come out with anything as good as Arthur on PBS. What other, shows? Like, we're still talking about the same shows. They keep trying to bring them back in different formats. Like, look at Teen Titans, right? That's one of my favorites of all time. They dumb it down and then bring it back as Teen Titans Go. That didn't fly back in the mid-2000s. They had to come up with some new crap, right? Some new innovative stuff, and it was good. But now they just, Teen Titans Go, that's what they throw out there. But yeah, my favorite all time, I love Teen Titans for sure because I'm a big DC Comics guy, and Cartoon Network did it such justice to me, and while, still being a good kid-friendly show. So I definitely love Teen Titans growing up, Cartoon Network. What other stuff that I love on Cartoon Network? Anything Boomerang, Dragon Ball Z. I'm not really sure if you call that a cartoon or a kid show. It's anime that a lot of adults watch, but definitely that was one of my favorites for sure. A lot of Courage the Cowardly Dog was great. Right, Courage the Cowardly Dog, Scooby-Doo, fantastic. Everyone remembers Scooby-Doo, that cyber chase movie. Dude, how cool was that movie? Man, you had this blue guy running around, causing hell. They would jump up from video game to video game. They had that Alien movie as well. Scooby-Doo's absolute classic. Man, why are you bringing me back, Jonathan? Why you gotta do this to me? Why you gotta bring me back to my damn childhood? Nostalgia running through my veins. Hell, Powerpuff Girls was good. I feel like I should do a cartoon shows tier ranking. But yeah, Disney Channel, That's So Raven, Even Stevens, Kim Possible, Proud Family. Yeah, all of those were absolutely great for sure. Am I forgetting? Well, I feel like I'm forgetting a really good one on Disney Channel that I really should mention, and people will be pissed if I don't, but that's fine. And then Nickelodeon, Fairly Odd Parents, Jimmy Neutron, those are my two over there. I wasn't a big Nickelodeon guy. Those are my main two. Yeah, you also had like your Kenan and Kells and all stuff like that too. Oh, Drake and Josh was fantastic. Drake and Josh also very fantastic on Nickelodeon as well. And then PBS, Arthur. When I was younger, like the big red comfy couch with that weird chick, Clifford the big red dog, all that nonsense. Used to be sick watching that crap. Used to fake being sick just to sit there and watch that crap. But it was great, man. I look at life, these days, and I wonder why I'm not as happy as I was when I was a child. I just think back to these nostalgic shows and just being happy just to watch this crap. Not a problem in the world, but then we introduce stress and depression and alcohol and all the things that we introduce in adulthood, and just makes you miss the good old days sometimes. But I'm so happy I'm old, although as we started this podcast today, some may not agree, but that's fine, but it's always nice to look back, and I still watch some of these shows from time to time if I see it's on Netflix or something like that. Always nice to go back down that road. All right, that'll do it for another episode of the MJ Take Podcast. Remember to send in your mailbag questions to the mjtakepodcast@gmail.com. And remember, we are available on Spotify, YouTube, SoundCloud, and Apple Podcasts. So if you haven't already checked this out, make sure to do so. Until next time, this has been MJ. I'm out. See you all later.